You would think I've learned how spring in Utah works after being here for 4 years, but nope. I think my window is very, very small today because, yeah, I don't know how much longer I got. So small window to get a lot done. Having grown up in the southern United States, your spring lawn, garden season, all that kind of stuff kicks off mid-February. But out here in the upper western United States like Utah, you ain't doing squat until the beginning, if not mid-April. So I've had to adjust my way of thinking, learn a thing or two about what to do and when to do it with regard to lawn care. And I've learned 3 things when it comes to dealing with cool season grass as opposed to warm season grass, so let's unpack that. First thing that I've learned is I need to be more patient with my pre-emergent application. As a recap, pre-emergent herbicides prevent germinated weed seedlings from becoming established, either by inhibiting the growth of the root, the shoot, or both. Most of the time, I've come to learn that folks commonly mistake this application to mean before weeds themselves emerge, but in reality, we are trying to get it down and prevent seedling establishment. Not killing the seeds, but preventing them from doing their thing. And as I've learned living here in Utah, getting this timing right can be a little bit tricky. You want to wait until soil temps hit that magic number of 55, but you also might have to be a little early on this application, as one day it might heat up quickly, and then the next you have, well, as for what kind of pre-emergent you should use, that's led me to the second thing that I've learned. Take the time coming out of winter to identify the weeds in and around your property, especially if you're new to it. You can take note of this when you're out there doing light cleanup work after winter and before weeds get like this. And for those wondering, that right there is the result of not enough humic on the lawn. This can be tricky and take some time, but it is not impossible. Getting the weeds you have to deal with right will save you lots of time and money in the future. Now, I've had great success using Scott's triple action because it takes care of a lot of broadleaf weeds, clover, crabgrass, and dandelion. Outside of my Star of Bethlehem problem, I don't have any off-the-wall weeds to deal with, so this product can tackle most of them. And the added benefit is that it's a great 2502 fertilizer on top of being a kill and preventative product. All right, so how can you properly identify weeds on your property? Well, that leads me to point number 3, the third thing that I've learned. I've come to rely heavily upon university extension websites and research materials. There are plenty of .coms out there that will give you 3, 5, 8, or 49 tips for spring lawn care and things to look out for, or something along those lines, but take most of those with a grain of salt. While there might be good information on those sites, you have to be careful because they could be biased in their information to try and sell you something. Even with university extension websites, be careful here. You should vet the information because it could have been funded by a fertilizer manufacturer to get favorable results to, you guess it, sell you something. But there are some good eggs out there, and a lot of these university websites provide excellent information, especially when it comes to identifying weeds. I found that the Utah State Extension Office has a pretty good catalog for weed identification, and that's been very useful for me to identify what's growing in and around my property. I had yet another small window in between the snow and the rain to get my pre-emergent down on the front yard and in the back, so that is done. Another quick little tip I wanted to give you when it comes to using a granular type product like what I put down here on the front. Take a leaf blower and then lightly blow whatever got onto your sidewalks or driveway, whatever, and lightly blow that back into the yard. You don't want to just go full blast and blow all of the product that you put in the yard along the edges into the center of the yard. You want to keep that along the edges. Just lightly blow whatever got, again, on the sidewalk and the driveway into the yard where it needs to be. Things are looking pretty okay right out of winter in the back. We still have a few weeds that have popped up before I could get the pre-emergent down, but hopefully I'll get that knocked out. And I am absolutely seeing some mounds and signs of a critter underneath, so I'm gonna have to figure that out and address that. Peach trees are blooming nicely. Very excited about that. Looking healthy, looking pretty, looking good. Also very happy with where the front yard is at, coming right out of winter. Very excited to get Walt out here and start chewing on this and shining it up and making it look really good. And I'm gonna have to say it, I do believe I am a proud supporter of the sissy grass. I hope you enjoyed this video and you found these tips useful. If you did, thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Keep on keeping on, and I will catch you in the next one.